thank you for tuning in to another episode of the TGC podcast. And man, it has been one heck of a month. Thank you guys for supporting us this entire month. We are now going into our 6th episode. We never thought that we would be this far. So we want to go back and recap on the last month, how we launched and everything that we talked about. Also want to recap some current events and things that was happening throughout the month of Black History Month. But as always, we're going to start with our weekly recap, starting with myself. For me, fellas, my week was pretty basic. I didn't really get into too much. It was just about getting back into that work week after coming back from California. You got the good news. If you listen to the last episode, I revealed some pretty good news. So dealing with that was also pretty good. My house is like falling apart. I live in an old house and the boiler's going with it. But all those things come with being a homeowner and dealing with those problems. So I call them good problems to have because the situation overall is good. It's just, you got to deal with things. Just caught being an adult. So, QG, what's up with you, brother? How your week looking?
My week was looking like, all the other weeks would be looking most of the time because, just with that routine with a work day. What up, Juan?
It was good, fellas. The week was awesome. Great weather. Yeah, it was cold, but the sun was out.
Everything is awesome.
Who knew Unc had a voice like that? You see how high that shit goes? Anyway, this week was popping. You know what I'm saying? It's a great week. Glad to be here another week. Blessed. And stay tuned. Rock with us. Mr. Track, what's good with you, brother?
Yo, what's good, man? The week was eventful. I got pulled over twice, so it was like a weird week for me. I went through
meeting them quotas.
Yeah, quotas. So you had to deal with a little bit of the extra nonsense with them. But we got through it. Everything is cool. We still promoting Circle of Pain, the book. Keep telling y'all the next one's coming out, so still be on the lookout. And I'm about to have some more events coming up, so we'll be in the town near you. Stay tuned. Stay aware. It's the Grummer Collective. Your boy Ase Trek.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Vaughn. My week been basic, work, just chilling, enjoying the weekend off. I'm going to a Rockets game tomorrow, which is my team. We about to kick the Knicks ass. I'm sorry about that. No, we're gonna beat them to the bugging. Tripping.
Alone, bro.
Oh, you would? Oh God, yeah. It's crazy because I don't like nothing about New York. I'm probably gonna get trashed for this one, but I don't care.
When the championships start rolling in, just make sure you still feel like that.
No, I'm always gonna feel like that. I hate New York.
New York's going a long.
I hate New York, route. But tomorrow I'm gonna be at a Rockets game, so you will see footage for that on the Grummer Collective page. But other than that, my week been basic, man. Just working and chilling, man. Can't complain. So what's up, man?
Yeah, so OG Feast, the milkman, is out. He's paying homage to one of our fallen friends.
Rest in peace,
Shout out Feast.
So
shout out milkman.
We're going to go ahead and move forward with this episode with him in mind, and we're going to talk about the first couple episodes. So episode 1, guys, was probably like the coming out. I felt like the world got to get a good sense of who we were as people and how we got to come together as the Grummer Collective. This time, we're going to take a look back at episode 1 and let you listen to a couple of stories of how we all got to meet each other.
The first 2 people that came to me was Hot, my boy Hot. Shout out to my boy Hot. My nigga, he was living right there on Kid.
Mobby G's, Kev.
My little old Mobby. You know what I'm saying? And my nigga, rest in peace. My nigga Adonis North. Eric, man. That guy. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. He came, they both came to me. We was acting, I don't know why we was acting so proper at this age and shit. The niggas was like, what's up? You know what I mean? Like,
how you doing? My name is.
And introducing themselves to each other, and them was my first friends. Like, them was my first friends coming to the school.
Yeah.
But when I was over here, I already got introduced to these guys.
No. I say this story every day. And this time I met this guy. I've known Mo since he was like 2 years old, bro.
We're not going to do this right now.
Yes, we are, son.
Yeah.
And on his second birthday, his brother dressed up as Barney, right? And it was a Barney themed birthday party. So I'm sitting on my porch. I think I'm like 6, 7, whatever, however old I am. And you just see Lil Von just taking off. hauling ass down the street. You just see Buddy behind him, give me a hug, I love you. And this little fat baby is just zooming down the block, bro.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact, though. I ain't even gonna style. Fuck it. That's a fact, bro. Hell yeah, nigga. I ain't know what this big purple shit was.
Everybody came together and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to challenge him. I'm trying to get the girl. He trying to get the girl, but he the skinny nigga with the big, bright, pretty smile with the white teeth. All the girls love this nigga wide. I ended up chasing fucking Feast's cousin for years. He ended up chasing fucking QG's sister for years and shit. But this thing, how times pan out, like
trying to fuck with our family.
We was trying to be a part of it.
It was a lot of that going on.
Yeah, man.
It was respectful.
Very respectful.
And now that they got to know us, they have set an expectation. So I feel like we owe them a little more time with us to let them know a little more about ourselves. So let's start with Hot Say Trek. You know you got a couple of projects coming up. You've been talking about this next book. So let a couple of people know a little bit more about the project and what inspired you to make this next book.
One of the things that have inspired me to make this book is just seeing the elements of my community. One of the elements being drug abuse, something so prevalent, so important in my community, such a problem that has never been really mediated. We've yet to find solutions that really are to work with for drug abuse. So this next book focuses on that, having personal experience, just seeing the dynamic in my family, basically destroy and do a lot of damage, as well as other families, such as, watching my friends go through certain things and learning about certain things that they've experienced. So I thought it was quite important to make a book, for that person who might be feeling like how I felt about it a long time, curious about it, angry by it because it's done so much damage and a ton of other emotions. So this book, it's called Do You Feel Numb Yet? And I came about it one day in the dentist and she asked me that, and before she did the injections in my jaw, but I also thought about it in terms of just how people feel numb about drugs, man, and how it's a two-way thinking process, sometimes three perspective when it comes to drugs, man, drug abuse within our culture. So it was something that I always wanted to focus on, like getting the perspectives from real people. I really interviewed real people for their perspectives, doing the research on it and learning so much, research that was supported by real credible elements, resources. You got to think, like, I went to DEA.com and got some stuff and dug up articles and things from notable universities for scholarly articles too. So a lot of stuff was involved in the project.
We also know that our boy Von has been doing his different designs, trying out different things. And here in the Grumman Collective, fashion is going to be something that we're really big on. So Von, let them know about your current projects.
Right now, I'm just working on getting a logo ready for the summer, and I think I got one that I'm gonna run with. It's pretty dope, but that's up to the people's decision. Well, not really the people's, because I already made the decision. But either you're gonna take it or leave it, pretty much. But yeah, it's victory over negativity, man. You can't go wrong. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life, man. You can't go wrong. There's no losing. That shit is not a choice.
So for those who are interested in buying your shirts, where can they actually find these Victory Over Negativity hoodies, t-shirts, and all this other amazing apparel?
You could find me on Instagram at victory_over_negativity_brand. You could hit me at Von with 2 N's 973 on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Von Victory Over Negativity. And you can actually hit me on Twitter also.
So as for me, myself, man, update on me. So those of you who have been following me on social media, I do this thing called Ninja Warrior. It's pretty much like obstacle course racing. And it's the hardest obstacle course in the world. I've been training for it for a while. I was on the show. It's an NBC show called American Ninja Warrior. I've been on it for 2 seasons, season 5 and 6. And then because of life circumstances, dealing with relationships and moving back to Jersey and taking care of my father stuff, I wasn't able to train for it, to be active in it. But this past year, I've been really active. I've been training kids. I've been going out to competitions. And if you listen to the last episode, I'll let you guys know that I was selected to be on the show once again, 6 years later. So for me, I'm just going to be training a lot, working out, changing up my diet, getting really focused and getting my mind set on representing the city of Newark, representing my school, representing the collective, and just doing the best that I can possibly do moving forward. Around that, just trying to be, get a grip on this homeowners thing and whatnot, living life to the best, reconnecting with people, rebonding with people, refinding myself after becoming a divorced man and being with somebody for 10 years. You know, it's just been a journey to learn who I am. And being with these 6 guys and doing this podcast has been really positive for me because it has given me a new platform to talk about. It's given me a new outlet to vibe and bond with people. So I really appreciate my brothers here bringing me in on this project. And I really want y'all to stay tuned because we got a lot of content coming for y'all, a lot of big ideas that we have coming forward throughout the rest of the year, live shows, parties, block parties, a lot of things that also spark your mindset and change your way of thinking. We are a bunch of men that are very, very ambitious, very intelligent. If you listen to these last 5 episodes, you definitely get a glimpse of all of that. We know how to have fun, but we also know how to tighten it up and get it together and talk about real issues. So that's why we made this. So hopefully you guys continue to stay with us, bond with us, vibe with us on this journey. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
You know what I'm saying? So I always try to think forward to position myself to do what I'm trying to do, basically, even though that sounds confusing, but I always want to put myself in a position to do the things that I want to do, so I won't have to own myself to anybody or have to listen to anybody. Basically, some entrepreneurial shit.
Working for yourself.
Exactly, because if you're gonna feel that type of way, you need to have something going for yourself, where you don't have to be in that position. So basically, I've been wanting to get my brand together. I've been thinking a lot about it. So I finally came up with the name with it. It's going to be Love and Hatred. That love and hatred is about using that fuel for people that hate you to do. You look at that shit as love.
Spread the love.
What you're doing is good. So that love and hatred, you're using that shit as fuel to get your engine going. That's it, man. And that's the brand I'm going to pick to launch a lot of stuff and a lot of ideas that I've been thinking about doing. And I'm gonna put it into motion now. And this is how me, coming out and letting everybody know what's going on about it.
That's what we're here for help.
So you just showed us some amazing designs that kind of really blew my mind. I forgot that you were actually an artist and back in the day.
That really draw though.
I mean, we used to draw Dragon Balls and all these different animes, so I kind of forgot that aspect. So it was refreshing to see that. So I think you should actually post some of those designs and get the people involved to have them vote and see,
100%.
what designs they actually like.
That should definitely be something I do now.
That is something great that they should be exposed to, man. You should get the people involved because you are a very talented young man, and I think you need to let people get a little glimpse of what you can do, bro.
Absolutely, that's what I said, man.
And it's all saying
maximizing my potential, but living up to my full potential with so much shit I could have done.
As you should, bro.
As I felt like, how you always have regrets, and I felt like a lot of opportunities I blew because I knew what I was possible of doing. I just was lazy about doing it, to be honest with you, to live up to my full potential. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to realize that now that I'm older. You know what I mean? So now I got a better perspective. I got a better way about doing things. I done got scarred up. I know what this feel like. I know what, being down feel like real bad. So with doing that and moving forward, it's just everything that I'm trying to do in my life now is what I'm trying to do, that I've been wanting to do, that I need to put in motion, that if I were to put in motion, it'd be already going right now, I feel. So that's just how I'm feeling about life right now, my guys. That's it, man. All my guys here right now, we all about something. That's what it's about. Like, it's about reaching higher for what you believe in and what you're trying to do, man. And believing that you could do it and going ahead and doing it or taking a chance towards doing it. Right now, our podcast we doing right now, we was just kicking it, talking about it.
It started as a conversation, bro.
Doing it, like, and you know what I'm saying? We ain't stopping. This is a recap of how many episodes, brothers?
It's number 6.
This is gonna be number 6. We done already did 5. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't lacking. We've been coming every week. So y'all need to tune in
and it's here we'll be talking about.
And it's a lot of work that's put into this, like outside of schedules and everybody working and everything. So it's definitely work put into this, and y'all need to check it out. There's nothing about it that you shouldn't.
I'm gonna add the QG because one thing too is like almost a sign that you saying it's never too late too.
Never,
When you
bro.
are older, people gotta realize it ain't no age limit on going for what you want. So that's one of the things. Just go for it.
It's
bro.
like taking
It's
that
when you
leap of faith.
realize
Like,
is what you do from there. When you come to that realization, either you gonna be what you gonna do. You gonna keep on doing what you doing, or you know that you got the knowledge in your head to say like, all right, this is where I want to be, and move forward.
just go
Like, at least
forward,
take
yeah.
the steps towards what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
It's just taking that
what's gonna
chance,
happen
like-
after that.
I like how you can all tell that we all share a lot of the same values, right? If you listen back to episode 5, Big Nephew talked about having a platform, how kids have the platform to get out and be themselves, to put themselves out there, to pursue their dreams and to try things, that you're never too old or too young to start those type of things.
Never.
We believe we all are in our late 20s to mid 30s, and we definitely have a different level of experience than most people have. And you know what I mean? It's just like in football and different sports, there are things like that. There is an age gap on because your body only handles so much. But in a world like this where you are the media is in your hand. Literally, everybody has a camera. Never stop trying. You got to keep doing your thing. But let's talk to Nephew, man. How you feel about our journey so far as a collective, yo, since episode 1 up until now?
What's good, people? It's Neff. I think it's been some bumps in the road, but overall we've done a great job. I think we putting our money where our mouth is. We stepping up to the plate, putting our flag in the sand, which is the Grumman Collective, bright green. You're gonna see it everywhere. Mark my words. And this Black History Month for 2020, we've had some great loss, but we also had some great gains, like the beginning of the show right here. And I'm just excited. You know, I've been taking some great pictures this year so far, even though the year just
Facts.
started.
That's a fact, bro.
Got some great pictures going. Jay Bradford photos on Instagram.
Y'all go check that out.
And Big Net visuals for the videos of these actual places where I'm taking the pictures. You can see the videos, like basically a behind the scenes of me. Some of these places where I like to go, and you know, think about, like, visualize, as Ian Elmore would say. I would like to go to these places, you know, a lot, and just take pictures, and I would just visualize my next steps in life, you know. And this winter has been a little nuts. Got the flu going, colds, coronavirus shit. You know, everybody's talking about this shit, but overall, this month has been a great month. And now we're in March, my birthday month. Cash App available. You know, I take
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Patreon available too.
Gang. Yeah, we also have
You
the
get the whole collective.
Patreon too. Definitely more content is coming. We also gonna have a VIP section that you can also buy on Patreon for even more exclusive content, that real exclusive talk, unfiltered. And yeah, y'all just check me out on Jay Bradford Photos on Instagram and Big Net Visuals on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the bell, and I really appreciate all the love. And thank you for tuning in.
You know, again, back to our Patreon, like he was saying, we do have a tier, whereas we do have a lot of behind the scenes content. You get to hear our bloopers, you get to hear some of our planning, our feedback, and our thought process. So make sure you guys are checking it out. If you like what you're hearing from us, show us some love, drop us anything. Everything helps. It's all going to go towards a good cause. It's all going to go towards to make us a better team and to give you guys better content. So, you know, just consider it because you're listening for a reason, right?
And as Big Neff was saying, the coronavirus, that's something that's going on right now. And it's wild because it's spreading here in the States.
So you about to wear a mask, Vaughn?
Yeah, facts.
You about to wear gloves, Vaughn?
Yes, bro.
Oh, so you ain't survived Ebola, my nigga?
No, I definitely
You ain't
did,
survived,
but
you don't realize every year is a new virus that come out, dog?
I was going to get into that, but I'm not going to get into politics.
Don't get me started
So
with my
I'm
theories,
going to leave
nigga.
that alone, but that's a whole different wormhole I could jump into. But, like, everybody's that's out there traveling and all that. Just be safe, be careful. Like, just try to stay out the way if anything, man, because this
Live
shit is
life
crazy.
prepared. That's all.
Yeah,
Make
just
sure
prepare.
you're washing your fucking hands.
Yeah, word. Keep
Sanitize.
sanitizer with you or something like.
Wash your hands. Every chance you get, wash your fucking hands. Motherfuckers touching their face and all this shit.
Coughing and sneezing and everything, then just
Wow.
touching shit like
You
nah,
in
man.
public places, you out here with these kids, you taking your kids to all these different public places. Wash your fucking hands. Keep sanitizer around. Drink some lemon tea because the flu is also going around too.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, fellas. So now that we are going on our 6th episode, what is one of your favorite moments or highlights from the first 5 episodes thus far, if you have any?
My favorite highlight, one of my favorite highlights was definitely the Black History episode. But I think more importantly, the first episode, because it took us so long to even get it done. So I think more importantly for me, I love all the content, but that first episode, just us coming together and being able to put it together concretely without, because we did so much brainstorming behind it. It was a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
It was a lot of changes. It was a lot of additions. So
A lot
I
of
think just doing the
conversations.
first one and then seeing our progress now.
My input, this is Vaughn speaking. It's been crazy from day one. It's hectic because everybody has full-time jobs. So outside of working our jobs, we trying to get together, record, and like it's been crazy. So to see the work that we have put in and like actually have some type of input coming from people that's commenting and liking and all that, like the shit is super dope.
For me, I want to say episode 2, all of episode 2, because that was the first time that they got to see a different side of us right out the box. To know how diverse we was. That we're not just a group of guys out here just trying to talk about bull crap and getting drunk and being adults and doing silly stuff. That we actually have layers to us in our personality that we're very complex and we're very passionate about our things and we're very passionate about important things like education. So for me, I felt like that was us stepping out the box and presenting to the world who we are, showing them that we have layers, and showing them that, listening to us, you're going to learn something and be entertained at the same time. So episode 2, man, it took the cake.
Here's one of my favorite highlights from episode 2.
6 years ago, he just hit me up on Instagram and let me know I'm finally out of the 504 program, and it's all thanks to you.
Appreciate that,
because of what I did for him.
Yeah.
And that was enough for me to know,
definitely
fuck,
appreciate it,
even
bro.
though this school is not giving me what I feel like I need, I'm giving what these kids need from me.
That's community service, Dad.
You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
what that's called.
You
That's
understand
community.
what I'm saying?
That's real community
Shit, that's a
service.
blessing, bro.
Like that point
That's real
right there,
community
like
service.
it
That's
make
a
you
blessing, bro.
it'll make you mad at like other people like who are in a position to do better things, like for situations like that. Like a person, like a teacher in that situation, like you should never even have to think like, oh, damn, I'm not getting paid for this, or like, damn, I gotta go through this extra
gotta
shit,
just be
or I gotta do
thinking
this
as a
extra
human
shit. You
being.
shouldn't even have to think
You're
about
right.
that.
You're right.
Like,
Not a profession.
Exactly.
You're right.
Man.
Exactly.
And
That's
it
all
don't
you
matter
should have
what
to
I
color
agree,
it
bro.
is or nothing. You just thinking as a human being at that point.
But
Like,
a lot
yo,
of-
if
a
this
lot
was
of
your
people-
child going through this, what would you be doing for that
Yeah.
child?
Sometimes we do have to take that drawback and be like, I'm not here to please this administration. I'm here to serve these kids.
Yes,
That's
yes.
That's all it's about.
Hey, Dad.
And once you get in that mindset, the job becomes a lot fucking easier and a lot less stressful.
That's what the
son.
job is about, Dad.
That's what it's all about, son.
Hey, yo, can I talk to you one-on-one?
Absolutely.
Hey, yo, when I worked in the school system, I had a kid. I always talk about this kid. This kid, he know who he is. I'm going to say Elijah. That's all I'm going to give. But this kid, I come to grips with who I work with, because you always got to realize who you work with. It's not going to be the population of what everybody thinks. Like, oh, this kid is going to be great. He's going to be. No, the kids I work with are imperfect, and I accept that just because I am imperfect. I come from the same grounds of which they lived through. And I had a kid that I used to work with, and I used to pick him up on Saturdays. He used to do basketball camp with me. He noticed the truth. I would pick him up, and I would call his parents and say, listen, I'll be there in 5 minutes, but this kid was outside. So I knew this kid kind of structured his own type of lifestyle.
Right.
His parents didn't really run the show. He ran the show. His parents went along with it. I used to call his parents when he got in trouble. It really wasn't nothing. But then I realized that he just needed guidance, because even though his dad was there, his dad wasn't really effective.
Right.
His dad just worked.
Right. He was just a body.
Exactly.
He wasn't a firm structure in his life.
So when I got there, every time I got there, I pick him up. I make sure we eat Wendy's, we eat something. But yet I would teach him certain goals. I say, yo, you set up all the balls for the kids that I'm going to had basketball practice
Right.
with. You get the
Right.
cones out. You set the cones up for them.
Right.
He had a job to do every time he got with me. He loved it.
Like they got their kids, they got their shit on lock. They gonna make sure their kids educated, go to college, all that. They making sure their kids doing all that. We need to do that for our kids. We worry about everything else, everybody else, but us.
All right, in your opinion, OG Feast, yeah, he's an OG. Do you believe that they do it in a more assertive? When you see the white father and his son, is he passive with him or is he assertive with him?
Now you gotta be assertive.
I think
It gotta be balanced. It gotta be balanced.
Assertive
Like,
is understatement.
it depends on the white
They
father.
want
You gotta
greatness.
nurture your
They
child,
don't-
but at the same time, like you gotta be stern on him. You gotta be on his ass. You gotta make sure he's going the right way. But at the same time, you gotta give him that love. You gonna seek that shit elsewhere.
And it
Alright.
really leads to the
All right,
street.
now if we look at Indian cultures, Asian cultures, are they passive to their children, the father to the son and the daughter, or are they the Nigerians? Are they passive to their children?
Everybody's on their kids' ass.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their kids' ass,
Alright.
making sure their kids is doing what
But
they
when
gotta
you look
do.
at who's running society, who's getting the higher positions, who have
Those motherfuckers
Wait,
and parents is on their
on
ass.
their
who winning the spelling bee every year? What group of girls? What group of
The
children?
little girl who mother not letting her go outside, she gotta sit down at the
And
table
what
and
is
go
that?
over those words a million times.
and
The little Chinese girl.
No.
She can't go
It's
nowhere.
the East Indians.
It's
They've won it like 10 years in a row. They just had a tie with the boy and the girl. They both were from India.
Hey, Juan, can I ask
They
you a
run it with an
question?
iron fist.
Can I ask you a question? I know we on the topic of masculinity, and I know we specify other cultures, but a lot of those other cultures you mix are not hands-on cultures. Like when we think of the Middle Eastern community, who are they? When we think of the jobs that they fill up, they're not construction, they're not nothing plumbing and stuff like hands-on. They go straight to the technology realm. And that's we don't
Daddy says you're gonna do that.
That was my favorite highlight simply because it showed how passionate we are about education. And I feel like that was one of the episodes where people actually learned something from.
I feel like every episode, honestly, bro, because you'll learn something from every episode.
Honestly, I like episode 2, like Des just said. But I also love. I was just listening to episode 5 over again. Then I listened to it again and again.
That shit was dope, bro.
I love 5 because it's so important. But what we going through right now, everybody do need that wake up call. You know what time of the month it is, and we cracked this whole month. But that was the most important thing that was in the month is talking about Black history. So,
Facts.
and on that
Real
when we was
important.
really on point, and I was just loving it. Like I was loving that shit. I was loving listening to us being real informative, and then people being opinionative and how they feel about, you know what I mean, how it pertains to this day and age or whatever. You know?
Reaching different people and all that. Like,
because
it was
it's different
dope.
people that be feeling that same way, but then maybe they wouldn't say
They
it.
might not want to
You
speak
know what I'm
on
saying? They
it.
might not say it, but a lot of things we talk about be some real shit. So it be something real. It might be a little bit offensive sometimes, but you know it's real. So we gonna talk about it that way. And I just appreciate the guys here that we put something together, and we ain't stopped. And we said we was gonna do it every week, and we did just that.
We did exactly that, man.
Even though we had to make adjustments, like my man Vaughn just said, like we made adjustments. So I'm just proud of doing that because it's hard to just do.
It takes
do
a
just
lot,
that
bro.
and keep your word, and we was keeping our word, and we did what we had to do to put it together.
I would pick episode number 2 because episode number 1 it was a little immature, but it was just the energy in the room. So we just we went with that. It was a good feeling. So we told some more stories But I think episode 2 showed people that it's a different side of us. A lot of people they had misconceptions of what they thought this was going to be. When you look at us, you know what I'm saying? Like I smoke weed or whatever. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. So when you see me, you ain't gonna think I'm gonna be talking about education and these different types of things with 5 other Black men in the same age bracket as me, which we are all under 35.
Word.
And so the impact of that episode, speaking on Black education, I think really bloomed the flower called the Grumman Collective. And I appreciate these brothers
Likewise, bro.
I really
You
appreciate
already,
these
bro.
brothers.
And then we not even stunting because we got teachers here.
Yeah.
So
So it ain't like
what
we
we talking
bullshit,
about
man.
is credible. You know what I'm saying?
And think about it. Jose Trek, nephew,
Go to the
go
same
to
school.
we. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's meant to be 6
That's
degrees
my
of
guy, bro.
separation, you know?
Shout out to Lil Josiah,
6
yo.
degrees, bro.
And I want to send a message out real fast, too, to the youth, real quick. When nobody around, the moon, the sun, and the stars is watching what you're doing. And they control everything. It's called the universe.
Facts.
So if you want good things, remember that they always watching. Be good. If you want a life of bad things, be bad. You are what you put out. Salute to the youth.
It comes
Salute to
around,
everybody.
bro.
Big
Salute,
Big
man.
Neff, Track what you got for him.
Hey man, I'm ready for that next one, Daz. Bring us in, bro.
So now, moving forward, I want to say what we're going to talk about expectation-wise. What are we going to be bringing forward to be? What can the people expect moving forward from the Grumman Collective? Now they know that we are educated. They know that we're well-versed. So now I think it's a little bit time for us to give them a little bit more of us and who we are. And let's talk about where we're going to go moving forward. What are our plans? So, Trek, you want to start off? You got any ideas you want to explore to the people?
Well, you know, we already established that Grumman Collective is a brotherhood, but you know, some of the things that we do want to implement is more being more present and being more out and about to get our name out there and to get it across to the people. Some of the things we do want to do eventually down the line is host our own events and things like that that really blossom. Um, I think like we just getting this process together. Like I said, it's been one of those things where you know it's 6 individual personalities that's coming together, and like we've known each other for a while, and we're basically coming together to do something more very positive in the community. I could pass that off on a little bit more.
No, it's definitely all good. So I think some of the things we're definitely gonna be doing moving forward. We want to talk about music and culture. We want to make sure that we go back to episode 1, how we talked about the things that we're really passionate about. So moving forward, we want to make sure that we get engaged in those. So you guys can continue to listen to us and hear out for our future guests. We're gonna have some guests that come on. They're gonna be talking about music. We're gonna have some local artists that talk about their music and their thought process. We're gonna have more athletes. We're gonna have a lot of various personalities coming through at the collective, man, because we just want to give everybody a little shine at the same time, give everybody a little exposure. We're definitely really big on black businesses. So for me, I don't know about you fellas, but I want to hit up some of these black-owned food spots.
Facts.
And I want to do some live shows from these food spots. I want to interview some of these cooks and these chefs. I mean, I want to really be out there, out and about, talking to the people, really being active. You guys can also expect a little bit more hearing about local North events because we are a North-based podcast. So if nothing else, we got to make sure we put on for our city and we got to represent our city. So you can look forward to that. You can look forward to hearing from current events from us. And if nothing else, look forward to hearing about these fashion projects we have going. Like we said, Victory Over Negativity is coming out. Nardi is coming out. QG is coming out. And their designs are spectacular. And then you also, Hase Trek, bruh, let's tell them about these shirts because you don't really speak too much about your apparel. You speak more about your book.
Yeah, mainly I focus on the books and literature right now, but I'm soon to drop some merchandise, some more shirts and rubber bands, and maybe we'll involve one more article of clothing. So right now, like we've been centered around the Circle of Pain shirts, which many people have bought, but just going forth into the future, I don't want to be known as the Circle of Pain guy since I'm going to do numerous other written works. So we're going to basically kind of cultivate. I've basically cultivated an idea behind this brand I would like to bring forth to you guys. I'll let you know more about it in the upcoming months. But with this brand, it'll be focused on peace, love, and prosperity. A few of the basic concepts of which I really focus on: promoting peace, promoting love, promoting wealth, getting your own, achieving some, whether creating your own business or whatever you invest in, anything business minded. So with that, just look forward to that. And you'll see the design drop soon. Like Von, VON, Victory Over Negativity. I'm also going to have a website pop up and it'll be in my links on my social media and on the Grumman Collective page as well.
And just to get back to what he was saying, it's like it's more than just a clothing line or a book or whatever the case may be. It's a lifestyle. It's like we're pushing a positive narrative. Like, yo, you can do whatever you want to put your mind to. You can do it. Like my idea, it started as a thought. Like, could I really do this? And then I just went about it, put some money towards it, and it was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Excuse my language. Like me and bro, Hase Trek, like we had a conversation about it. He brought up a book. This was around when like my leg was broken in 2017. So I was kind of like on a little bed rest because I actually still have 7 screws and a plate in my leg right now. So it was around that time we talked about it. I'm like, yo, I want to start a clothing line, and he was like, yo, I want to write a book. So it all fell together like 2 pieces of bread, as 2-5 would say. But shout out 2-5. But it's dope. It's just a vision that you just run with, and it's like honestly, I feel like why not? What do you have to lose? Like people gonna like it, some people not. But
It's
man.
mainly based off of those elements of being positive, whatever it is, whether it's your victory over the negativity, whether it's peace, love, prosperity, what I'm promoting, whether it's love over hatred, what QG is promoting. Everything really stems from the positive aspect, and us thinking like we can do it.
We're changing the narrative, man.
We're doing something positive.
So yeah, we also want to be doing. I know that it's about to get warm and people want to start working out. So make sure you're following me, Des973 on Instagram as I'm trying to get ready for this Ninja Warrior thing. I'm going to be doing a lot of fitness videos. So follow me and get your workout on moving forward. And we're also going to have a couple of sub shows coming out. We don't have dates yet. We do have sub shows. We know there's I have one that I'm planning on called the Urban Nerd, where I talk a lot about comic books, video games, anime, cartoons, things like that. I'm pretty sure QG and Feast, they're going to have a fashion show. At some point, we want to do a music show. So like we said, we have a bunch of content coming at you guys. So make sure you stay tuned, man. This is an incredible journey. We want to thank you once again for all of the love and support. We couldn't have did it without you. We are here because of you. We just want to appreciate you guys. So again, follow us on our social media, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all social media major outlets, Doug Roman Collective. If you haven't followed us already, make sure you're subscribing and you're actually listening and commenting. Because engagement is everything.
Hit that notification bell, please, and select all. YouTube. Thank you.
Engagement is everything. So this is the Roman Collective. We really appreciate you, and we out.
Yeah.